Hey everyone, welcome to That Pedal Show. Viewers, comments and questions. Dan here.
Nick here, hello.
Hope you're all amazing. On this
I'm amazing, Dan.
beautiful, you are
I don't know
amazing,
about anybody else, but
Monday the 8th of December, which means that Christ Mass is happening in less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness! Is that right? No, it's more than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness! It's less than 3 weeks.
you just completely gave a load of people some sort of conviction.
Hello, beautiful. Come on up. Come see me. Come on. Come on. Come up. Come on, you.
We've
Come on, have another cuddle today.
just
Rosie, come on.
we've just finished
Come on.
filming an episode, so we ran over a bit, so that's why I'm not quite plugged in yet. Hello, Rosie. Coming up then. Come say hello to the lovely people. We have turned the super chats off. BV, thank you so much for everything you do for us and for informing me that we have lots and lots of super chats. Rosie, what is the best thing to clean your fretboard with?
Sausages.
And what would you use to fix a broken input jack on a Fender Telecaster?
Sausages.
That's amazing, Rose. That is really amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, you're going to go find Mummy then so I can turn my... What is all this under here? Dog's filthy. Sausages. Right, come on then. Off you go. Bebbers is here with the beverages. Sadly, no alcohol.
I was watching this guy on... thank you so much. I was watching this guy on Insta book Face Jam, and he was doing all of these pedal steel bends just with in standard tuning.
Oh,
Man.
Lovely, 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 lovely. We hope you're all well on this fine Monday and or very early Tuesday morning. Thank you, Bebbers. It's that interesting time, isn't it? Where everyone's starting to think about, well, those people who celebrate Christmas are starting to think about winding down a bit. But the process of winding down creates a great deal more work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So you start to run faster so that you can stop running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No. Magazines was always fun. I remember when we'd always have truncated deadlines up to Christmas on magazines.
Yeah.
And our mag used to run on a 28-day working day schedule, right? So there was no circadian rhythm. There was no natural thing about a 28-day rhythm whatsoever because it's 28 days. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, blah, blah, blah. And there's nothing natural about it at all. Anyway, Christmas, you might be down to a 19 or an 18-day schedule to get the mag out.
Wow.
And one by one, the people would just start dropping. And usually come Christmas Eve, there'd be me and usually one other left in the office. And that was true on most magazines. Obviously, the editor was the last person to give up. They were the one with it all hanging on their head. So you couldn't be sick, basically. Hopefully none of that here, Dan. We don't have that kind of stress anymore.
No, we don't. It's a whole different sort of stress that we have.
I've given up on stress. Not doing it anymore.
Oh, bless you.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't sound so sure. Oh, God. How do I get to the flaming video?
Have we turned off the super chai?
We have. Perhaps we should reflect on a fantastic contribution to music. That was Steve the Colonel Cropper, who died this week.
Oh, man.
And if you don't know who Steve Cropper is, please Google him. And what an unbelievable contribution to music that man made. So rest in peace, Steve. Thank you for your artistry and for your work. And, you know, we bid you farewell. And also Phil Upchurch as well. He died this week.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So there you go. I suppose that's the reality of a baby boomer post-war population. Right.
Oh, did you... Just another thing. I don't know if you saw it, but in the Gear of the Year Awards, Red Wing.
In which?
In Guitarist magazine.
No way.
Play modulation effects.
Oh, great.
Red Wing.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice one.
Yes.
Why can't I find today's video?
I am struggling to find it as well. Now, that doesn't mean anything. Here we go. I found it, see?
Me too. Okay.
There we go.
So we say hello to Gargantua. We say hello to Paul Matulovic.
Frankie Holt. Coheed. That's nice. Coheed
James.
from Cambria, I'm assuming.
James Blessed is on. Sammy Dave Jr. Which, interestingly enough, Steve Cropper must have played some guitar on Sam and Dave's songs, mustn't he?
Yeah. There's some fantastic footage of him. It's such a great sound. It's so in your face.
Yeah.
That middle position, and everything he was playing was just so effortlessly cool. It was just cool. You just go,
Yeah.
you're cool.
Pocket.
Oh, pocket, baby.
Yeah. And,
Unreal.
Booker T and the MGs and Green Onions and all of that. So
Yeah, just unreal.
Simon V, RDJ, Music Therapy Laz, Experimental Chris, Digger
Nice.
68,
Saibamunki, hello from New Zealand.
Joshua Ray Summy is on,
Planet Ross, greetings from Colorado.
and Harrison Henley and Zootler and BV. Hey, BV.
Donald Milne. Beautiful.
Lots
Memory
of
Man 335.
Lovely friends.
How lovely.
Marcus Reeves is on. Hello, Marcus.
Hello, Marcus.
Holy cow, he says Marcus Reeves. Friday's episode was a treat. Matt Berry delivers every time.
Oh, man. Honestly.
Can you hear me, Clem Fandango?
So I'd picked Matt up in the morning from London and drove out to Frome and did the board build. It was a long day, but got to spend an intense number of hours with Matt just chatting about stuff. And he is such a music fan / student.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. And it's such an inspiring dude to hang out with. Yeah, it was so cool. And Mick was saying that when he did the Absolute Radio bit, it's like there's no treatment to the vocal. It was just straight down the pipe.
I couldn't believe it. I was processing the audio afterwards, and I was expecting to maybe put some, fairy dust on his voiceover bit to make it compressy and boomy and bassy. I did nothing. It was just there. It was absolutely just there. There was no additional voice processing on that at all. It's like, oh my God, that's him.
Yeah, it was amazing.
When he says, you're listening to Absolute Radio, yeah. Okay, I think we probably better get into the super chats because we've got a lot and we got going a bit late. So Johnny T is first in this week. Johnny, thank you very much for your continued support of this channel.
Thanks, buddy.
And Johnny says, who hasn't seen the Bootleg Beatles? A must see. I have.
Have I?
Didn't guy who plays bass with Paul Stacey either used to be in the Bootleg Beatles or still is?
I could be having this completely wrong, but I think you're right. And I think Paul had something with one or two of the other members being involved in it. Paul gets his hand in a whole number of places. And
the story goes that the sort of depth of knowledge of things is vast and gargantuan. So, I wonder if... Oh my God, they actually look like the Beatles in a big way.
Wow.
Are they always the same people? That's my next question. Because quite often you'll
find... Like the Blue Man Group?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the shout out, Johnny T. Mellow Fellow 7. Hello, Mellow Fellow. He says hi from Nashville. Hello. To Nashville. Oh my God, have you heard Dan Huff's solo record?
No. Which one?
The latest one. He's only done one. He's taken all this time to do a solo. It's out fairly recently, I think, and maybe that's probably what his YouTube channel's been about. But oh my God, it's good.
Yeah, well, Dan Huff. You can't assume, right? You can't take that for granted.
I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way. There are many stellar musicians whose contribution to music is immeasurable in many ways, and then they do a solo record and it's like,
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
And
Speaking of that, my EP is going to be out soon.
I will speak honestly for a second and say I was fearing that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just, like sat there on Guitarist magazine, get setting 100 CDs a week. You do hear a lot of crap. And it's like, oh my God, it is so good.
Yeah.
It is so good. The playing is mercurial.
Yeah.
The tones are outstanding.
Yeah,
the composition is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's got just enough harmonic complexity
to make it
to
interesting.
keep me in the game,
great.
right? So it's not like Kurt Rosenwinkel, which I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Not to be down on that. I know loads of people love it, but I can't understand it, so I don't want to listen to it. But it's so good. Now, the other thing I wanted to reflect on is if somebody turns around and tells me, yeah, mate, that's all digital modelling, that is the day I change my mind.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Because I know Dan's fully up with technology and he's happy to use anything. So if somebody turns around and says to me, yeah, mate, that's all Helix, that will be the moment where I turn on a sixpence and go, okay, this is good after all. The sound is exceptional. So
awesome.
Please listen to Dan Huff's new record, and I can't remember what it's called. He's only made one. Anyway, oh God. Mellow Fellow says, hi from Nashville. I've got a spare bedroom that I want to play loudly in. Would sound treatment, i.e. a rug or panels, improve the sound within? Any advice is appreciated. Thank you for you both.
Soundproofing is really complicated. The basis of it is you need to create a layer of space so that there's no connection. And it's, you go into a good recording studio or whatever, they'll have a floating room where the walls don't touch. There's a gap. And that's a great way to soundproof. You can insulate and do those sorts of things to bring the sound level down. But for example, if you've got a wall and that's connected, to another wall and they vibrate the same, or the sound going to the ceiling and that's resonating through timbers and whatever, it's a really hard thing to do. If you want to play loud, it's a tricky thing to bring the volume level down dramatically. But there are things that you can do to make improvements.
So Mellow Fellow's question is actually about the sound within the room.
Right.
Soundproofing, as Dan mentions, to limit the sound outside of the room is the only way to do it is to build a room within a room and suspend that room. And that is horrifically expensive. You can mitigate, as Dan just said, and you can make things significantly better. But I think what your question is actually about is the sound in the room. And yes, absolutely, some judiciously held rugs, hung rugs, basic sound panels, anything that stops. So your problem in a small room is you've got a box of some kind of shape, and most of those walls and ceiling don't have anything on.
Yeah.
And so you get sound reflections off of all of those surfaces. And what happens is they all fight and they all clash with one another. And unless you're very, very lucky, what you'll get is a load of weird dissonance and standing waves and all those kind of things. So limiting what reflects off the walls is good to a point. Mm-hmm. What you probably don't want to do is limit it so much that the room is completely dead.
Yeah.
Obviously, like half a step towards an anechoic chamber. You really don't want that. And that's the reason why good studio treatment people get paid a vast amount of money to walk into rooms and say,
this needs to be done.
But you can go a long way, and rugs is a good idea because they're cheap and you can hang them easily. Just to remove that basic reflection for actually being in the room and playing. You don't want it so dead. Like old-fashioned studios used to have what they called live end, dead end, and the dead end was treated, and that would be where you would listen to mixers and stuff, and the live end was where people would play because you need some
reflection and
you need some life. So it's about balancing that up and getting to a place where you like.
Yeah, Chris Turner has a great solution. He says, don't soundproof, just play awesome things, then no one will mind. I like it. Well done, mate. Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who's saying the Dan Huff record is called When Words Aren't Enough. Clearly, I didn't have enough words. Thanks to Forrest Hale for that. Yeah. James, yeah. Cool.
Harrison Henley says, Rabia has a great video from a few years back where he treats his old studio room for mixing to prevent potentially problematic reflections. That's nice.
Yeah, there we are. And G. Barge is saying, set mics up at angles to the walls rather than square on, and that can help as well. If you're, there's all that studio stuff if you're going to be recording in there as well. It is nice to have a bit of damping in a room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like this room is a very pleasant room to play and rehearse in because you just hear everything.
Yeah.
Instead of
I bring a special element of damping into the room. It's just my main purpose. Maths, obviously, it isn't.
Dan's damping. Keep damping. I can imagine you.
Matt Berry's in that. He goes, hey!
Yeah, apparently so.
Cool.
Apparently he partly composed the Strictly theme. You probably don't watch Strictly, do you?
No.
No. It's so good this year. The dances are unbelievable. So good. That whole era of Anne Widdecombe being thrown around on the floor is gone.
Really?
That doesn't happen. They are seriously good dancers. And not knowing anything about dance, it's a bit like the harmonic conversation earlier. I get enough dance to find it moving and exciting and technically like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Without it being strictly the Australian film, Strictly Ballroom.
Strictly Ballroom. Story about a man with great big pants.
Yeah, there we are.
There you go.
Strictly Ball Bag. Is that what that is?
Strictly Ballroom. Massive pants.
Oh, I see. Jason Mincher. Hello, Jason. I'm looking for an amp to pair with my Tone King Royalist for a wet dry rig. Would you recommend an American voiced amp like the Tone King Imperial or pairing it with another British voiced amp playing mainly rock and blues music?
It's a great question.
It doesn't matter.
No, you can go with either one. And the best thing, you got to try them out. If you can't take the amp into a music shop and try it, then go into the music store, try the amps out, see which one you like the most, but make sure they let you bring it back within a week if you want to swap it for the other one. Because until you get both amps together and you're doing your thing, you won't really know. However, either one of those is going to sound fantastic.
Yeah. We always say, if you're going to go to the trouble of buying a second amp, buy a second amp that you want.
Yeah.
So you've got your Royalist, which is Marshall-y flavoured. Maybe there's some other kind of amp that you quite fancy as an alternative, whether it's Voxy or Fender-y or whatever it is. So get something else that you really want, and you'll find that as long as you avoid vast differences in power, I mean, although that can work as well, but if you're talking about the way Dan and I do TPS wet dry, pretty much anything works. So if you've always sort of had a hankering for, I don't know, Tweed Deluxe or whatever it is, then do that. And then you've got that option as well. Has the Royalist got reverb?
Oh, I don't know. That's a great question.
It's such a great sounding amp, that Tone King. I have, for those of you Orange fans out there, Orange Amps fans, we made a promise in Friday's show and I've put it into effect today. There will be Orange Amps in this building. Oh,
fantastic.
Before the beginning of next year.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we've got an OR30 coming and then they might send something else. But
an LR30?
OR30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah. I thought I'd go for something not crazy loud.
Yeah, that's great.
Anyway.
No reverb.
No reverb. Okay.
Present.
Buy something with reverb.
Yes.
And then run one of the amps with reverb.
Yeah.
And that's quite a nice way to do it.
That's a great way to do it. Oh, BVs. Yeah, so pleased for Pete Thorne's successful eye operation. He spoke to me this weekend. He's rightly buzzing. Yeah, Pete's had eye surgery and it's sorted out the major problem with his right eye. He's had since birth. There's a specialist eye surgeon he's gone to.
No way.
And he did a little vlog the day after. Go and check this out. Sorted.
Sending big love to you, Pete.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing
Massive
well, buddy.
love, Pete.
That's,
I hope
I mean,
it's
any
wonderful.
surgery's scary, but eye surgery,
Man, yeah. Amazing. Well done, bud.
Yeah. So yes, Jason, we'd say go with something that you like the idea of. I mean, what would you choose, Dan?
I would personally get something Voxy, but that is a lot closer to a Marshall sound than an American Voice Fendery type thing. My favourite sounds that we have in here is when we get the two rock and the mattress together. And they're very different amplifiers, but they complement each other really well. I would go something Fendery. I would go something either deluxe or Pro Reverb 40 watt style, something in that. What's the 40 watt 3x10? Not saying get 3x10, but because they do a
Tone Master.
the Tone Master. The Tone Master's the digital thing.
Bandmaster.
Bandmaster, and the 2x12 version of that. Yeah.
I think a Princeton would work great with a slightly more efficient speaker.
Yes.
Or one of those FSR 12-inch Princetons would work great.
Or a deluxe.
Yeah, deluxe reverb
Deluxe
would work
reverb
great.
would be amazing.
Or if you can find one, Morgan did a version an uprated version of the Princeton with a 12-inch speaker and just the most spectacular reverb. And there was a Josh Smith version of it as well. That was a great amp. Anyway, we could be here all day. Good luck, Jason. Andrew R. Hello, Andrew. Hello, D&M. Quick, TPS HQ is about to be overrun by zombie Ringos.
Zombie Ringos, okay.
Your only hope is to use Beatles guitar tone and get them all drumming until help arrives. What gear do you grab and what album or song do you go for? Totally brilliant.
Paperback Writer, so I'd get out my AC30 and I'd probably have to go with maybe a Gretsch. It'd be the closest thing I'd get to that sound. Down and out again. Such a great song.
What record was Paperback Writer on?
Was it Rubber Soul or one of them?
It's the other one, isn't it? God, the one that came out the year before. You can see the cover.
Paperback Writer was on Revolver.
Revolver, that's it.
Yeah.
So what guitar was Paperback Writer then? Was that Strats by any chance?
It might be.
He's got an SG in the... I don't know. Someone tell us what guitars...
Oh! I wonder.
Because they got the Strats.
Well, then I'm sorted.
They got the Strats around that time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1966.
I was going to choose Paperback Writer, but Dan has gone with it, so I'm going to sit there and try and... Oh no, because that was Eric Clapton. I was going to say something.
You want to get the zombies grooving though.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter.
Nowhere Man.
Ah, come on.
Great.
Yeah, fabulous.
So good. Or just go straight for Revolution.
Lots of people saying they think it was the SG.
Straight into the desk. Oh, we're getting the Gretsch Beatles guitar as well. But not Abbey Road guitar. Have you seen that?
No.
Abbey Road have done a guitar with Gretsch. Which is like a 5422 like I've got, but in walnut like George's. Gold hardware, Bigsby, and a really good high pass filter.
Wow. Trying to see what guitar it is. I think it might be like this one.
Anyway, moving on. Thank you, Andrew. PJ Labarge says, hello TPS fam, I recently picked up... Oh no, yeah, we'll do this and then we've missed Dirk. Thomas, we'll come back to you, Dirk. PJ Labarge says, hello TPS fam, I recently picked a Mesa Boogie California Tweed to run wet dry with a Vox AC15. Do I get the Jam Octorus or the TrueFi Color Driver?
Ooh.
Okay, right. We love the Octorus. Probably our favourite Hendrix octave pedal we've ever heard, I would say. It was spectacular. So that does one thing if you want that octave sound. The Color Driver is a completely different kettle of fish. It'll do everything from a clean boost through to a light overdrive to quite a heavy distortion, and it will just about fully fuzz.
Yeah.
So it's a different game. If you want the octave sound, obviously the Octorus. If you just want a really versatile all-round boost, overdrive, distortion and fuzz, Color Driver it's like every home should have one, really.
Or you go for an amazing boost and an amazing octave pedal, and you get your octave pedal.
Oh yeah, you could go for the Argo Boost Deluxe from Mythos.
Yeah.
Which we did with Mythos, which gives
That
you
would be amazing.
a sort of more of a prescription electronic style octave and a really nice boost. If you're hooked into the octave sound, for jimmier things, go Octorus. For more Dor Bramley things, go Argo Boost Deluxe. If you're not so hooked into the octave sound, go Color Driver.
Okay, great.
There you go. And Dirk Thomas. Hello, Dirk. He says, hello, D&M. I hope you're well. Regarding open back cabinets, how does an oval back affect oval back opening affect the tone compared to a full width opening? Cheers from Stockholm, Sweden. I have no idea.
It was a Dumble thing, wasn't it? Those
Yep.
Dumble cabs had the oval thing, and he swore by it.
Two Rock cabs have it.
Yeah.
My custom cabs that I have made have it.
Yeah. I mean, those cabs sound amazing.
It's way sexier.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing.
It's infinitely sexier.
Yeah, okay, go with that.
I don't know.
That's all it needs.
Surely somebody has thought about this. I've got no idea. I mean, proportionally, the cab is slightly more closed, is it? Not really. Actually, the back of my 112 is almost fully open. The 112.
I think it's as soon as you have any sort of opening and the speaker is freer to move, then it changes the relationship with the speaker and the output transformer, all that stuff.
Gordon Rankin will know.
Yeah. Hit us with some
Rankin
knowledge,
will
Gordon. Hazel says it allows the cab to breathe. I mean, any open back cab does that. But I'm wondering if any. I don't know.
Yeah, don't know.
Who knows?
Don't know.
It might be the fact that you've got a continuous one piece of wood with an oval shape around that, as opposed to having two separate baffles, the one continuous piece of wood with the hole will stiffen the cabinet.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. That's a good shout. And it's very interesting, all of that, because if you...
Oh, there you go. Gordon Rankin says open back is open back and only make a slight difference. Mostly it's construction and more rigid.
Oh, well, there we are. So you were right, Dan.
I was due.
Yeah. Cabinet material is really, really interesting. I did a lot of listening with Victory when they were designing their 212 upright cabs. And they ended up going with pine sides, I think, and a ply baffle. So the cab's just got more sound to it rather than being slightly more inert. Like the last thing you want with a guitar cab is to be inert like a monitor speaker. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You want the cabinet to bring something to the party, and I guess that depends on how hard you're driving it and what speakers are in it. So if you get a bassman really wound up and going, the cabinet is vibrating like crazy. At lower volumes, less so. And I guess the hypothesis is that the more rigid and less vibratey the cabinet, the more you can push the amp without it having a significant effect. Maybe. Don't know.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a thing to remember with those two rocks and wood dumbles. People were playing them loud.
Yeah.
Loud. So anything to help that construction tighten things up.
It's a really big deal, that. I mean, I can remember not talking about Dumbles and Two Rocks, but being young and being in the band that's going to be playing next Sunday at the Cider Barn near Yeovil. I'll
amazing.
try and post that in the comments or something. Steve will post it in the comments. Hey, Steve. That was in the days where we were crazy loud. We were insanely loud. And so all those amps that people are like, hey man, just use a Tweed Deluxe or a Blue or a Deluxe reissue or I don't know, like a 50-watt Marshall or something. And it's like, no, it won't do it.
Yeah.
And it's not about it being loud enough. It's about all the bass farting out and about the whole thing just going, which we know is a wonderful sound when you record it, but live it just. And if you look at what happened through the 60s and 70s, I just can't imagine being on stage in the mid-70s. That must have been insanio. Crazy. So probably good that we don't do that anymore. Anyway, the point being, you need a more solid and rigid thing to reproduce the sound clearly without caving in. Dan's laughing at solid and rigid. Johnny T says, don't play too much of that.
Sorry. Ah.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't.
No, that it's.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah. Different song. Johnny T says, great chat about clicky bass sounds last Friday. Yeah. One of the first things I heard when giving Matt's latest record a spin and some of his previous ones is this awesome
Serge Gainsbourg thing.
And Matt explained how to do it with the Ricky bass. So when I was at uni, I was quite the Serge. I liked Serge.
Yeah.
But I only had a...
Hello, my name is Serge, and how may I help you today? That's the only Serge that I knew was Serge from Beverly Hills Cop. I'm fine, my name is Serge, and how may I help you?
Not that Serge, different
so
Serge.
You look at this piece.
He's a bit uglier, the Serge I'm talking about. Bless him. I only had a couple of his 60s records, I guess.
Right.
And I don't even know if they were releases or whether they were compilations. One was called Jazz dans la Ravine, I think, and the other one was called Cool Café. And it was all very sort of nice. And then that album that Matt was talking about, Melody Nelson, I'd never listened to it. I was listening to it over the weekend. It is fantastic. It is so good. And all of a sudden, Matt's music sort of drops into place.
Yeah.
So give it a spin. It's really groovy, actually. What did it put me in mind of? I said to Catherine, oh God, that's where they got that from. Anyway, whatever. Max Headroom says, hey DNM, I'm looking for an ambient pad that also has tremolo on the wash. Well, there's only one answer here. Without affecting the dry signal. Tap tempo is a plus. Does a trem wash pedal exist? Any ideas on combining pedals? If not, don't want trem on my dry signal.
You can do things like, so the timeline, but I think the, what's the reverb version of the timeline? The Big Sky. I think it does this as well. You've got the option of either being stereo or you can stick a pedal in the loop that only affects the output. So you could put a tremolo in the loop of it so that you get tremolo on the wash only. And you can certainly do that on the timeline. I think timeline has a tremolo delay in the thing. But yeah, there are definitely time-based wet effects that allow you to put something in the loop. And I really dig that idea, because then you can be really specific about the sort of tremolo that you want, if that's an important thing to you, which obviously is.
Yes, if you want to be specific. Now, what about the Nucleo? Because that has those. It's got the tremolo in it, and via its many and varied versions of the output configuration that you can have. I wonder if that can do it. The Cornerstone Nucleo. Check out our video on it, because those sounds are definitely available. Whether you can separate it completely from the dry sound, we don't know.
Yeah.
What you should be doing, of course, Max, is running wet dry. So then you've always got it. And if you're into ambient and pads and effecty sounds, wet dry is just a fantastic way to do it, because you can run the wet side so crazy wet and just bring in as much dry as you want, unadulterated. So yeah, check out the Nucleo, CXM Nucleo, Cornerstone Nucleo. That's a Freudian slip, isn't it? And Big Sky.
Big Sky. I think the Big Sky allows you to do that. Certainly the timeline. Let me double check the Big Sky.
We had a pedal on the show a couple of weeks back from Copper Sound, which is a Daedalus dual reverb. That enables you to put a pedal in the loop in the reverb tails. So maybe that does it. That's worth a look as well. Daedalus by Copper Sound. Yeah.
Here we go. No, it has a cab filter. The switch becomes a cab filter. So no, can't do that on the...
I think completely separate wet dry signal pipe.
Yeah.
Or of course you could buy the wetter box by the Gig Rig, which would enable you to put things in its stereo effects loops and control your mix however you like. The wetter box by the Gig Rig. Some Australian bloke makes it.
Here is handsome, but is not great with maths.
63. Simon R. VR DJ. Hey Simon, how are you? He says, hi DNM, what's on your Christmas wish list this year?
Go on, Mick, you first. What's on your Christmas wish list?
Some time off would be nice.
Yep.
And I do have a bit of an idea hatching.
Okay.
I was looking for a Leslie just recently.
Okay.
And I found a Leslie, a Hammond, and a Hammond tone cabinet. And then I started reading about it, going, this could be like Pandora's box, you know?
Okay.
So maybe that. I don't want any more guitar stuff, which sounds crazy, but I don't want any more guitar stuff today.
Yeah. I'm so excited about the kids coming home for Christmas.
Whose kids are coming?
Hopefully mine. I think they're mine. I'm excited about that. Some time off would be great. Some time off where it's actually time off where I'm not thinking about, stressing about, you know, just to be in the moment and just enjoy a couple of days. Great food. That's the wish for Christmas. And it's interesting. I think, obviously, you know, Mick and I, as handsome as we are, believe it or not, in our 50s, and the older that you get, the things at Christmas, certainly for me, have changed quite considerably. And I'm just excited about just being with loved ones.
Manifest it, Daniel.
Yeah.
Don't let anything get in the way. And you have to do that. Like Catherine and I are absolutely rubbish at going on holiday. We just don't do it. And so we just carry on working. And what you should do is say, well, yeah, I'm going to stop, and then you stop,
Yeah.
and you put a sign up saying, yeah, no shipping for 10 days because we're not here. But we don't do it, and it's a choice. It is a choice.
It is a choice.
It's absolutely a choice that we're all a bit too scared to make sometimes. But that you've got to manifest it, man. You've got to do it. You just got to do it. And if you can't trust anybody... I remember when Catherine and I got married, we were on honeymoon. I'd sent everyone an email the day I left and said, I don't care if this building burns down. I literally don't care what happens. Do not contact me.
Nice. Did they contact you?
Nope.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Because we never take vacations, right? Because they're capable.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're so unwilling to delegate to people. They are totally capable of doing it. Our problem is at TPS we don't have anyone, so we have to just shut the doors, and that's fine because you lot are understanding of that. But do it, Dan, please.
Yeah.
Please do it.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Please do it. What do you want, Simon? What's on your Christmas wish list, I wonder? I am noshing through my Christmas wine a bit quickly.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have to get some more.
Are you doing the... Is it going to be stopping like 23rd or 24th?
19th.
And then 19th?
Hopefully.
Shut the doors?
Hopefully. Depending on how we go with filming and editing, but
okay.
That's the plan.
Right.
Yeah, Catherine said that date to me, which I was quite surprised about.
Amazing.
So I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm up with that.
What you want to do is take all of your clothes that would make you look like a normal human, like modest, and lock them away. Give them to me for 10 days, and then just
so
walk
I
around,
can't go out.
Walk around in your pants.
Right, I like it.
Yeah. and then if Catherine wants to get you a pair of jeans or something so that you can go out for Christmas, but then it's
Oh, bless you, Simon. Simon says he'd like some company for Christmas instead of being alone.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mate. That's. I hope you can bring that to fruition, buddy. Good. Time off rather than Prezi, says Johnny T. 5e3. You're right, John. And Dan was reflecting on this earlier. You know, the older you get, the more you just value your time.
Completely.
Value the time. Yep. Christmas family, not stuff, says Broken Oars podcast. Yeah. But I do think Leslie might work.
Well, I've got that amazing Leslie that, the Fender speaker cab, that's the wonderful Matt Schofield dropped off for me. And yeah, that's in my future. That the Matchless and probably the Lazy J powering that thing. Oh, saw Radiohead, and I did a little thing on the Fury channel about it because we did the rigs for Colin and for Ed.
Hello, Colin.
And then hello, Colin. And then Johnny's got a little QMX2 on his board, and so I got to see the rigs and stuff. It was amazing. That sort of was a wonderful way to sort of get into the end of the year. Far out. It was the best. I mean, I've seen Radiohead a bunch. That was the best Radiohead gig I've ever seen. And the gig was they were in the round. Have I shown you the pictures of the gig? The visuals and stuff. Oh man. But they sounded so good, and yeah, that was awesome.
It's isn't it great that all these years later, that's the best you've ever seen him?
Oh, incredible.
How brilliant is that?
Incredible.
So good.
You know what it was? They were obviously having fun.
Right.
And it was a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know, they were having fun.
Happy
like
days.
Oasis when we saw them.
Yeah.
There was joy.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all we want.
You bring joy to
Bring
it.
some joy.
You
It was
bring joy to
really
it.
wonderful.
Yeah. Which Leslie, Mick, says Johnny T. The one that I could afford, because I can't afford the one that I want, which is the classic old Gilmore one. They're too expensive. So it'll be whatever other one is serviceably workable. Yeah.
Here we go. Stan Muso1 says, Dan Huff used the Boss SD2 in lead mode into a Rev D40 all over his new album.
Interesting.
There you go.
I'd love to know if there was more than that, but
yeah, I'm sure there was more, but that was
yeah, it does.
that's like part of it.
The tones are just fantastic, really fantastic.
Yeah, because I did see a small clip of Dan talking about the Rev,
Yeah,
and there's some clips of Joey with the Rev at the moment doing his thing.
yeah,
they're coming over next year.
They did a special edition. Johnny T says, "Do you want a 122?" Yeah, I do if it's working, but I can't afford it. Will there ever be an Oasis Wembley rig rundown? Says David Tompkins. Can't say.
Our lips are sealed.
Moving
Isn't
right
that a Bangles song? Our
along.
lips sealed. There's no Bangles, is it? Who was that?
That one?
No.
The delectable Susanna Hoffs?
Oh man, she was very important to me.
Blues Git says, evening leggings, I want a small 12-inch Fender style amp for those smaller pub gigs. I have a Tone King Sky King for medium to large gigs. Worried a Princeton 10-inch might be too small. What about a Morgan PR12?
The Princeton 10-inch will be fine if you get a speaker that can a bit more efficient. Like I've got an EV10 in our Princeton, and it is unreal. Yeah. However, the Morgan, the PR12, spectacular amplifier.
I'm going to say that PR12 will be almost as loud as your Sky King. It
Yeah.
is- they've done something very efficient in that amp. Yeah. What Dan said about the Princeton.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, you can do a lot with a Pro Junior. I was looking at buying one today and I can't find one cheap enough.
Right.
But the Fender Pro Junior, 10-inch speaker, 12 watts or whatever it is, 2 EL84s, 2 knobs.
Right.
I've heard them sound really great.
Let's get 5 single 10-inch speaker amplifiers in here and
I
just
like
go
it.
through them.
I like it.
Because I think, yeah, let's do that. There's the Vox AC10, the Princeton, that one. That's the Pro Junior. What's the Blues Junior? Is that a 10-inch as well?
12-inch, 15 watts.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. D. O'Brien 2907 says, what do you guys think of all these Tascam cassette tape preamp pedals coming out?
Yeah, cool. It's all cool. It's all cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear one, wouldn't it? It feels a bit like
Feels like the colour box.
we
thing.
are here to split hairs, aren't we? That's why
Yeah.
that pedal show exists. But you know, well, someone will prove me wrong. How different does a Tascam preamp sound from any other front end of something? Obviously, significantly, but
Yeah.
like how much different does it sound from the front end
So
of a CE1?
right. So there's a show, right? We've got the Boss, the new Boss preamp, the tape one. There's a new version of the color box. There's there was another one as well. Like the Boss Green FA1 or FA2. Yeah. That's interesting. I think I'm into that.
Yeah, it would be good to do. I mean, for me, I don't really like those sounds.
Yeah.
You know, Revolution is a sound.
Yeah, it's a sound.
You know, but would I ever want to use it? No.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll try and change our minds on that. Yeah. Yeah. Airfire says the broadcast is supposed to be like a Neve preamp. Is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, and Jim Broden says, but Mick, you're always going on about how good the Neve preamps sound.
They do.
They do sound amazing,
But
doing their job.
They're doing their job as the front end of a mic pre. What I'm not massively keen on is overdriving the shit out of them. Although, they can sound quite good doing that. It's the sort of harmonic content that you like, and maybe that is the point of the Tascam. Oh yeah, let's have some music then, Dan.
All right.
Welcome to Housekeeping on Monday the 8th of December 2025. Patrons, we have a winner of the November giveaway. It was a Beatronics wannabe. Congratulations to Kevin from Manhattan in Kansas.
Man with a hat on.
Not Manhattan, New York, New York. And huge thanks to Beatronics for letting us give the pedal away to a TPS patron. And a fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, Beatronics gets its name from founder Felipe Pampure's nickname in Brazil, Abhela, which means bee in Portuguese. I'm guessing that a lot of people probably got the question wrong. Experience days. We've just had a cancellation for our May 26th date, which means there is one ticket available on that Pedal Show store for anyone who wants it, who hasn't been before. If you have, please let someone who hasn't come along. So there's a ticket apparently available for an Experience Day now on that Pedal Show store. I rather suspect it's already sold. Thank you, patrons. Need one of those things which has got like a cowbell and a wooden block on it that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love this guitar so much that I think I'm becoming a little bit obsessed. So
That's unlike you, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just yes. I don't play anything else at the moment. This is the guitar I pick up at home, and I just don't play anything else. I've become besotted with it. I'm a little bit scared about how much I've connected with this guitar.
It's that journey, isn't it? And then one day you'll just have one guitar.
Yeah.
You're like, what do I need all those other guitars for? And some people are lucky enough to find that early on in their lives.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's amazing. Amazing.
BV says the broadcast was based on an early RCA console, not the later Neve. Thank you, BV. I knew there was something slightly not.
Bo Selector. BV.
And Ed says, I didn't realise I was misinformed. You were probably misinformed by us, Ed. Because, if TPS is about anything, it's about misinformation.
That's right.
Anyway, good luck, Blues Git. I don't think the Princeton 10-inch would be too small if the Tone King Sky King is a big amp for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be too small.
I agree completely.
If you were coming from like a 100-watt Marshall or 2-Rock or High Watt or something, then yeah, it would be. But coming from the 35-watt Tone King, I think a Princeton would be great, actually. Digger 68. And it has a fantastic reverb, if you go for the Princeton reverb. Digger 68 says, leg ends, Friday's show was a hoot and a half. I have an idea for a challenge for you. 4 pedals used for purposes other than their intended uses to build a giggable board. Most creative use of pedals scores bonus points.
I dig that.
Yes, we dig that, Digger. That has been suggested before, maybe by you, so I'll screen grab it and add it to the list of challenges. Thank you, Digger. And Johnny T reminds us, R.I.P. Steve Cropper. He had tickets for Booker T in April. Wow, I didn't realise he was still playing. Flipping heck. Jamie Brown. Thanks for getting Matt on, says Jamie Brown. Did he mention season 2 of Fallout at all?
No, I didn't ask him.
We sort of, despite getting him to do a bit of voiceover and talk about TV, we didn't want to necessarily make it all about that, because it can probably be a bit tiresome if you're there to do a music thing to go on, do the voice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But also, there is so much music to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, was it 11 studio albums he's done? There's so much to talk about.
And he is the Jeff Linton.
He is the Jeff Linton. Oh man, that's a funny thing, because that's where I first started to play drums.
Right.
When he did the reply to Bob Mortimer.
This is Bob Mortimer's Train Guy. If you're not familiar, please be familiar.
It's so good.
JBiz55 says, I enjoyed the Friday show. When you have two guitars going, are there any effects that you feel clash or are especially good together? Thanks as always.
It's nice. Not really. So, I heard Brian Adams talking about this. And Brian.
Do you remember my fun fact about Brian and Ryan Adams?
Same birthday.
Same birthday.
It's amazing.
Unless someone has hacked Wikipedia and changed it, it's actually true.
So I heard Brian Adams talking about this thing, and he's like, when you've got two guitars, he said, yeah, it's great and you can do stuff. He said, but the best thing with two guitars is when you just do the same thing and you do it really well, really tight. And it's like, oh, okay. And I'll never forget this. We had there's a massive bushfire in Australia and it was devastating. Like loads of people lost everything. And so we had this concert, this bushfire relief concert, and Sting was playing and Brian Adams was playing.
Mr. Sting?
Mr. Sting.
Would you like to sit on our canny looking chair, like?
So
looking chair, that?
Sting comes on and he's amazing, right? He's doing all this stuff and it's very detailed and you know, lots of stuff. And it was, you know, of course, it's Sting. He's amazing. Brian Adams comes on, two guitars playing the same riff, and this whole stadium just goes mental. So we often talk about doing the two guitar thing where you've got complementary parts. Noel's talking about this, how he and Bonehead, Noel would play open chords and Bonehead would play bar chords.
Bar chords, yep.
Works brilliant.
Try to avoid as many major thirds as possible.
Yep. But don't discount
in the bar chords
the power of two guitar players playing the same riff.
Listen to the Beatles.
Yeah. Listen to Metallica. Anyone watching Stranger Things, there's a version of Metallica recording what's that show?
Pastor of Muppets.
That thing.
Kill 'em all.
And there's three of them in there. So the guy from Stranger Things, that's it. The guy from Master of
Pastor of
Flambe.
Muppets.
And so the three of them, including Eddie, was in there playing that, and the three guitars playing the same riff just sounded magic. So yeah, there are no rules. Whatever, if it sounds good, it's good.
I would avoid unless you've really rehearsed it and you've really worked out that it works. I would avoid two massive modulations. So like a univibe and a rotary speaker. You could just get the weirdest technical term. But like Dan said, no rules really, as long as you just figure out if it's going to work or not. What else works well? I think it's about the parts, which is what you said. It's about what you're playing. I mean, maybe delay and reverb would work nicely. Yeah.
It's anyone else that wants to see Radiohead, hearing how the two and then often three guitars work together and how the parts are so individual and they all have to be there, otherwise it's not Radiohead. You take any of those things away, it's like they have worked so hard to get the emotion conveying properly through the way that they orchestrate that music. It's really astonishing.
Yeah.
But sometimes nothing says more than just a big open
Well, listen to Angus and Malcolm.
There you go.
Different,
Tonality.
slightly different tonality, but also different chord inversions.
Yeah.
A la Bonehead and
Yep.
Noel, and that, even without loads of effects, creates its own kind of harmony, dissonance, chorusing, all that kind of stuff, and that it can be a really beautiful thing.
Steve 1992 says, been watching you play Broken with Dave Gregory a lot the last few weeks, Dan. Excellent complimenting guitars. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, I think that song's 15 minutes long. That was off the second album, the Difficult second album, and that was Mark's composition. But Dave and I worked on the guitars for that for ages, and it's like, that's the thing, when you so Dave Gregory, he would work with, when he was in XTC, he and Andy Partridge would work on these incredible guitar parts. And it's one of the great joys of being in that band with Dave. Some of my favourite memories musically are just sat at Dave's house working on parts for these songs. And I'll never forget it, because he's a genius. Dave Gregory is an actual genius harmonically. And when we get something that worked, flippin' heck, it was just the most amazing thing. Yeah. But two guitars, you just have so much fun with two guitar players.
Yeah, and quite often you just got to get over that being able to communicate thing. I've been in bands where the communication is just not great, and I don't know whether it's bravado or ego or just maybe you don't even get on that well or something like that, but just, and maybe it's actually more the pressure of everyone being in a rehearsal space together, and you just sort of feel a bit bad of stopping everyone and going, what are you playing?
Yeah.
And what am I playing? And how do we make this better?
Yeah.
And it might be that you, as the two guitar players, just need to have your own separate
Absolutely.
thing
Yeah.
where you can really work that stuff out, because your band will become exponentially better
Completely.
if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that sounds a completely ridiculous thing to say, but
No one
I've
knew
definitely been in bands where
who they were
we haven't put the work in, you know.
or what they were doing.
Rafael Harich or Harish from Brazil. Hello, Rafael. He says, folks, what do you think about DIY guitar pedals? I prefer YDI guitar pedals myself.
Why DI?
You do it.
You do it.
And that's Simon Jarrett. That is
It's very good.
any combination of people who know. No, I think it's great. What a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah. It's
Especially, and forgive me if this is a stereotype or a cliche, Raphael, but as I understand it, a lot of stuff is really expensive in Brazil.
yeah.
Imported stuff anyway. So maybe it's a great route to getting some stuff that otherwise would be prohibitively expensive. So, and if you start sensibly, like make a treble booster or a fuzz or something, and go from there.
I love it when you go into it with the idea to learn a bit about it, because you can take a simple circuit and make some changes and see what you like. Turn a standard fuzz, make it a bit spittier by changing the bias on the transistor, or make it a bit more open. It's changing one resistor value. You can, change the mix on a, like a phase 45 clone. But, if you go into the DIY pedal thing with that attitude, I think it's great. I mean, it's great anyway because it's really fun. All I would say is, if you're going to do it, if you start simple, and they'll give you things to test at every stage. The first pedal I ever built was a phase 45, and it's a complicated thing, and actually getting to the end and it didn't work, and I had to go back through the whole circuit and test the different areas and that was brilliant when I finally got it to work. It sounds great. But I was doing it to sort of garner more of an understanding of electronics. If you do it and it doesn't work and you need someone else to troubleshoot it. So just saying start simple and have fun. But they're great. And the kits, some of the new kits are wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, it reflects your interest, doesn't it? If you're interested in that kind of stuff and you have an affinity for it, what a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying to make something. Yeah, there you go. And as somebody rightly points out here, Palomar sound, not necessarily a way to save money.
Yeah.
Currently building pedals at this exact moment, but it's a hobby. Dive in, the water is great. Yeah. Chris Costabile. Hey Chris.
Hey Chris.
How are you? He says, I heart you guys, but let's have a moment of polite disagreement. He says, everyone in the chat, post TPS staples you disagree with. I'll start. Amplitude, trem, harmonic, neck pickup, bridge, and gasp, stereo, wet, dry. Okay, I'm trying to unpack this. Amplitude, tremolo, into harmonic tremolo, neck pickup, bridge, and stereo, wet, dry. I'm not sure I'm putting that together, Chris. I probably need to see a diagram. What TPS staple do you strongly disagree with?
Well, that would suck if I disagree.
But you
with
can
the
change your
TPS
mind,
staple.
can't you? One of the great things about growing up and hopefully becoming slowly more enlightened as you get older is that you can disagree with your former self and say, no, I wasn't right about that.
What do I...
Or I've changed my mind on it. You know, that's okay to do that. Because if you don't change your mind on anything, you stay stuck in a mode, and then you become interested in ideology and things that really mess shit up. I'll tell you what I'm going to muck about with next year.
Yeah.
Volume.
Trying to play quieter?
Yep.
Okay.
My left ear has given me jip.
Really?
Yeah, after the last 2 experience days.
Oh, okay.
I think I've got some wax in it. But anyway, it is definitely giving me some jip. So it's like a little reminder to say, okay, let's try something different for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try it. I'm going to explore lower volume. And when I say lower volume, I don't mean 80 dB. But I might mean 93.
Yeah.
Or 5.
Yeah.
Instead of 105.
Mm-hmm.
What else? No, we're just right about everything, Dan.
Yeah. No, it was not that. It's
Just
not
universally
that. Look,
correct about everything.
No, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. I think we'll spout off a lot of stuff, right? But I will say a lot of the knowledge that you and I possess has been hard earned. And that's the thing when you test it in the fire and it either works or it doesn't. So, like the wet dry thing, for example, it wasn't just an idea that we had, oh, that's great. And then the next week it's like, no, I'm not really into that anymore. It sounds amazing. In a live context, it sounds amazing. So that I'm not going to... Now, not to say that a single amp doesn't work, because when I hear you playing through that thing, it's like, that would be awesome. You put a mic in front of that, fantastic.
Much better with another amp, though.
But with another amplifier, it's not going to be worse. You know what I mean? It's going to be better.
It's going to be considerably better.
Exactly. So, yeah.
sideways circumflex as better than. So he's saying, here's some things. Amplitude trim is better than harmonic trim.
Oh, okay.
I don't disagree with that entirely in some instances. Neck pickup is better than bridge pickup. After hearing Dan Huff's record today, I'm like, maybe there's something in that neck pickup after all.
Okay.
I like neck pickups on Strats. I just don't dig them on Gibsons. And stereo is better than wet dry. Never
Never.
for guitar.
No.
It just never is.
I mean, there are aspects of stereo that are great, like the ping pong delay thing is great, but you put a wobbly on one side and dry on the other, and it's just magical.
Yeah. G. Barch says, I disagree with my former self just about daily. Yeah, me too. Simon V says, Mick, get that ear tested. Seriously, my father was deaf. He lost his hearing in the Navy.
In the Navy, yeah.
Yeah, what normally happens is you get a little build-up of wax or something and then it dissipates. And I think what happens is some temporary flattening of the things, but one day the things will flatten and they will never recover. So I'm going to have to watch it a bit.
Wax on,
Wax off.
wax off.
And I tell you what, I appreciate might be protesting too much here and trying to create a narrative that isn't true, but actually it's playing. I've done more band playing recently than I have in years, and playing bass with the Ampeg stood next to the drummer has hurt more than being in here with
Really?
getting kicked in the calves with loud guitar amps.
Amazing.
Yeah, bloody cymbals, man.
Oh, the worst.
It's like, can't you just hit them a bit less? Anyway.
Moon says, I even disagree with my future self. I like that.
Arf says, I rinse the wax from my ears with warm water. Yeah, I use olive oil, which someone else says. Get some olive oil in there, David Tompkins. Thanks to Marcus Reeves for recommending that. The military grade, medical grade olive oil does work.
Okay, so Six Strings and Pick says, I find most bridge pickups unusable until you're in a rock band.
Yep, and playing loud.
When you're playing loud, try and do it without a bridge pickup. Sorry, it's got to be there.
Or
I
if
was
you,
listening to some Malmsteen live stuff the other day, and that tone that he gets switching between the neck and the bridge pickup, it just wouldn't be him without those two sounds.
Yeah.
You know, bridge pickup on a Strat in a rock context, just
We see it on experience days here, where quite often you'll get a handful of people in the group who, handful, there's only 6, but you'll get 2 or 3 people in the group who maybe either have never played very loud or played very loud very infrequently, and stick them through something like the deluxe reverb and crank it up, or another amp that's really cranking, and everyone's on the neck pickup because that's what they're used to at home because it sounds warm and fat, and it's just like,
yeah.
so it's like, try this pickup out, and they're like, oh my god, I never knew this was a thing, or at least I'm glad this is a thing. And it is true with bridge pickups. It's got to be loud, and that's the sound of rock is a bridge pickup.
Completely.
Isn't it?
Look, you give people who have never played that, give them a Junior with a P90 in it, and it's like they don't get it, but then you stick that in a band, it's like it's the best guitar sound. Yeah.
Yep. Somebody says hearing protection. Oh god, I can't even see what that says. N. McGregor. Sorry, there was a bit of crap on my screen. N. McGregor says hearing protection. Yeah, here's my thing about hearing protection, right? Even now, I get if you're working in industry or you're flying a jet airplane or something like that, which is our sort of weekend activity, hearing protection is absolutely necessary. Like I quite often wear treated plugs if I go to a loud gig. But as a musician, I just can't get with it because I can't hear anything,
Yeah.
even expensive ones. So as a protective requirement, of course, that's what they're for. But it's like if you've got to have them to play in the band's got to turn down.
Yep. Agreed.
Hasn't it?
Agreed.
Because otherwise you can't bloody hear anything.
Yep.
I do sort of laugh a bit, people have never played a 100-watt Marshall before, so they stand in front of the Marshall, put the earplugs in. It's like, well, there's no point. It's pragmatic and sensible, but you don't get the experience. So, jury's out on ear protection. Also, if I ever put earbuds in when I go to walk the dog, I get terrible trouble. My ears hurt.
Yeah.
And the wax becomes a problem.
Yeah. Look, I'm the same. Sometimes my son's listening to something and he's got his earbuds in. I'm driving along and I can hear it. Him in the back seat. I'm like, bloody hell, how loud are those things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one interesting thing about in-ears. I know a lot of people who wearing in-ears for gigs have awful problems with their ears now.
Well, because the in-ears are too loud.
In-ears are too
that's
loud.
a whole other thing.
And why are they doing that? Because they're trying to get some vibe back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Scott from Baltimore says strap bridge pickup though. Yeah. A great deal of the time.
Completely.
Apparently Bonamassa's had a rude awakening with ear trouble. Yeah, it's physics, isn't it? And physiology. If you are routinely exposed to loud sounds, you will get hearing damage. So, yeah.
This is interesting. Pete Hawthorne says, "Hi chaps, I just picked up a 1988 Valley Arts M series.
Hey.
And it's absolutely blown me away. Stunning instrument. Do you have any guitars that opened up the door to a whole new world for you?" Yeah.
My 335.
Yeah. Well,
And the 345.
So my story with a Telecaster, I had a 1964 L series Strat, and it was a bastardized guitar, but it was still at the heart. It was they had 2 of the 3 original pickups. Didn't have a middle pickup. Literally had like a 3-way switch. The neck, even though the neck was original, someone had replaced the rosewood fingerboard with a maple cap. And anyway, it came to me in bits, and I took ages to put it together and get it. And it was the most astonishing guitar. And playing around Sydney, that was stolen. I still dream about that guitar. But I had a gig that night, and the only guitar that I could get my hands on was a Telecaster. A friend of mine had a Tele that I could borrow. And I remember plugging in. I remember hearing the bridge pickup in a rock context going, this thing is amazing. But I also remember going, I don't sound very good, because all of my vibrato was on the Strat was done with this. I didn't have any, real vibrato to talk off. And then I remember going, wow, if I can't make a simple guitar like this work, then there's something wrong. So I decided just to stick with a Tele, and that's how I got into that. But yeah, getting going from not my first guitars when I was younger, all I wanted was a guitar that had a tremolo on it, and then hearing the Floyd Rose. So I got one of the very first gems ever to come to Australia, and as soon as I got the guitar, I remember going, pulling it up, going, oh, it's something is sticking in it, and realised that the trem block in the back of the guitar, when I pulled it up, it was hitting the body. So I grabbed a chisel and started just getting rid of the wood where I was hitting, so I could go like all up. It was but that was great. That was great fun. That jam. Fun is the optimum word there. It didn't sound very good in it, but it was great fun.
Fun is what it's all about. What it's all about. For Forest Yogin is saying, no, with hearing protection you have to get the flat response ones, then you have to partially pull them in or out like faders on a board. I have each ear dialed in. Yeah, I guess once you have to do it, then you have to do it.
Yeah.
And then you work it out, don't you? Work out what the best experience is. It's funny, I'm sort of the same with glasses. I've had such a problem with glasses this last 2 years because everything I've tried is a compromise,
Right.
and it's worse than these just single vision ones that I can see well here and a little
Taking
bit of
it-
blur
yeah.
from not having them on.
I-
Everything is worse than that.
I think the bifocal thing is a scam.
You're bifocals, aren't you?
I do, and I think it's a
Catherine's
scam.
got them. Right, okay.
I do, because if I do this, I'm looking at there, I take that off, much better. Right?
You need a new prescription, I
Right?
expect.
No. I went and got my prescription done, and he goes, "Oh, your long vision's fine. It's your short vision." I'm like, "Why have you given me bifocals?" And it's like, so if I want to look at this, I absolutely need glasses to do this. But it's like, actually, no, because now I go like this, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
No, what I want is reading glasses. Then I want to look up and go,
Yeah.
And the bifocals are so expensive.
Yeah, mine
It's
was
insane.
600 and something, 2 pairs. But anyway, I took them back and got a refund. But it's the same with hearing. You know, I enjoy hearing music and the experience of it. So putting anything in between that and the experience of it, and then the argument is, well, if you don't do that, you'll lose your hearing. It's like, okay, well, don't know what to say about that really. Like Rad had said, if you choose to wear ear protection, you won't have to wear it later. Yeah, I know, I get it. I get it. But I don't want to play. I don't want to play if I've got it in. I'd rather not bother. I'd rather stay at home. I think.
It is a thing to go through all this to get your tone awesome, and then you go there and it's like putting those. Just for me, it's just it's the biggest vibe killer.
Yeah. I tell you what,
But my band isn't crazy loud either.
I was talking to Paddy about this. Paddy, bass player who plays in Danalogs and also TPS band, and I think it's just toured with the Hoosiers, has he?
Yeah. He's busy at the moment.
That's good.
It's great.
You know, this whole argument about volume and stage volume and all that, like the silent stage, the can't hear anything, you know, guitar player being told that 1 watt is too loud is stupid. It's utterly stupid. And it's too far. Similarly, a cranked 100 watt Marshall night after night and a couple of Ampeg SVTs is mental.
Yep.
No, you don't need to do that anymore. So there has to be some sort of nice place to play some decent music with good dynamics and good feel. You know, just a nice kick drum and a snare drum played sensitively is loud enough.
Yeah, completely.
Loud enough for me. And it doesn't have to be 120 dB. So the hug of the band, getting the hug of the band together at a level that is enjoyable, but not like, oh God, please stop hitting that ride cymbal. It has to be possible, doesn't it? Anyway. Don't get me started on shitty sounding digital PAs either.
I had a chat with an artist that I deal with. I won't say who it is, but they've been touring for years with this massive all analog PA, and they turn up to a new production rehearsal, and he's like, "Something's off."
Yeah. No. I've been in the Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? I've been Googling a certain old PA brand.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get a few bits together for a small PA that sounds really good
Right.
and not like. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Good. Insanity. God, we're probably miles behind in the super chats. Anyway, g'day, says Kyle Harkus.
G'day, mate.
I'm mainly a Strat guy, but recently I got a Jason Isbell telly. It's totally made me approach it in a new way.
Yep.
Has given me a real buzz for playing again.
Yep. So this is the beautiful thing about new guitar or new amp or even new pedal. It'll just shift you one way or another and just give you a bit more enthusiasm, make you look at it from a different perspective. Yeah, that's wonderful. And tellies are really good for that. It's such an honest instrument. It's, nothing fancy about it. They're just
Brilliant.
just a plank of wood.
Just
no
brilliant.
comfort, designed for torture.
One plank of wood, one stick.
There you go.
Yeah. Good on you, Kyle. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. And there might be a day where you're like, I'm not really feeling this, and you go back to the Strat and you're like, I remember why I like you so much. That is all the argument you need for having more than one guitar. More than one, less than 10, I think, is the optimum. How do you feel about that?
I feel okay about that.
Good. PG Nash says, hi friends, just wanted to know if it's allowed to send you my new LP. P.S. You're mentioned on the back cover. Lots of love from Peter.
Yeah, mate, would love to hear it.
Why not, Peter? It'd be lovely to hear music. All music. All music.
Memory Man 335 said, just did a run of shows with a digital PA. The latency was insane. It's just, you know what?
Just sounds bad.
It's just it's a bit off.
Just sounds bad.
Yep.
Just sounds bad and processed. And it's not like one AD conversion kills it all.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's like 18 AD conversions, gates and compressors on every single channel, some shitty algorithmic reverb, and then it just ends up sounding like a bag of spanners.
Yeah.
And most gigs I go to now are like, this doesn't sound like music. It sounds like noise.
I saw...
Is that moaning enough? Am I moaning enough, Dan?
No, it's
I'm
really
actually angry
interesting.
about it.
The only time I've ever seen John... What's his name, your mate?
Renborn.
What's his name?
Oh, yeah. John Siegfried?
No.
Ah, yeah.
John Mayer. So, John Siegfried, far out. And that was at the 40th anniversary of PRS, and there's the big party thing, and he was playing in this auditorium thing. And they had this digital PA, and you could see the desk, and the sound guy was obviously, really knew the stuff, was pulling up all these curves and scenes and stuff, and it's like, just sounded bad. It's like, no. Tell you what was interesting though, the one person who just sounded really consistent was Paul. He just, that note that he has, just cut through everything. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
No, I know what you mean though. It's definitely a thing. It's a trade-off. It's the same thing for me. It's like, give me this and an AC30 and a Princeton. That's it. That core tone.
Yeah.
I don't need 1,000 amplifiers. The thing with modeling, it's all great. And if you want, 100 different amp tones that you need to do the gig, then that's great. I don't. I just want the core tones, and nothing will ever beat that.
Two things have done it for me. One was listening to Matt Berry's record.
Yes.
And you immediately put it on, you're like, oh my God, that has depth.
Yeah.
That is a sonic experience. And two was seeing that photograph that I talked about last week. It's like, oh God, that's an analog photograph.
Yeah.
and it looks totally different from a digital photograph. Now, I appreciate we're not going back to analog photographs anytime soon, but I think there's a space for good sonics. I do think there is a space for good sonics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Airfire Ed says, go on then. What's the first John Mayer song that Dan was playing? So,
What's it called? Welcome to the real world, you said to me.
That's the one.
Condescendingly. What's that called? It's on Room for Squares. I don't know what it's called. Sing from the top of my lungs.
because when I first heard him, there's a lot of stuff going, oh, that's cool, not really my thing. But when I heard that song, I was like, I love that song. Because it out in black and white. Just is, yeah.
No
really
one's telling us
lovely.
what it is. No one's telling us what that song is. Oh, God, I wish I could remember. 1983. Thank you, Gimbo Dealey. No such thing, says John Sherwood
Yeah.
Guitar. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's off Room for Squares, I can tell you that. G-Barge, dear mates, says G. Hello, Greg. He says, TPS videos have been stellar lately, and I don't want to take that for granted. Thanks, buddy. Dan's Radiohead was special too. Well done. Trying the Beatronics delay. So far, it's airy and almost digital. Lots to learn. Okay, G, you've got two controls on there that will help you. One is the tone, and one is try the lo-fi mode. Sounds less airy. You probably already worked that out, but yeah. David Lawson, hello, David. Is there a comparison between the Peace Hill FX ODS, Peace Hill FX from Japan, and the Kingsley Juggler? We haven't done one.
No, we haven't done one. So the Peace Hill ODS is, for all intents and purpose, is a straight Dumble preamp and meticulously made. It's a really beautiful thing. The Juggler is heavily inspired by that sound, but has other things in it.
Isn't the Peace Hill FX stuff not tube as well?
It's very tube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. There's two tubes in that. It's like,
Yeah. I haven't tried them yet. We've got a couple of them here.
yeah. Well, one I've got. I put on Robin's board, and the other one is
We had the
there.
steel string singer
There's
one,
the steel
didn't we?
string singer,
So that's
and
not overdrivey.
No, it's just the preamp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas the ODS would be
the ODS is the
Dumble
thing.
sound.
Yeah.
Is
And
he
it's
using it then?
He has used it. I don't know. He didn't take it with him on the last tour, but it's set up on so that he can just plug it into his board and away he goes. And it does sound really good. He really likes it, and it's interesting because he found that he was really comfortable with it because he knew that sound so well.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like, yeah, that's cool. But what Simon does, I never really got into valve pedals, but what Simon does, the output of the pedal is of his valve preamps. You can use them like a pedal. The output isn't crazy high. It's not line level. There are modes where it just goes. It has output impedance like an overdrive pedal, which a lot of the valve preamps don't. A lot of the valve preamps output impedance is quite high, because in an amplifier, the signal's only got to travel from the preamp to the phase inverter. It's only got to go that far. You don't have to have these silly low impedances, but on a pedal board, depending on where it's going, you want low impedances to drive stuff. So Simon understands that. And because Simon is such a phenomenal guitar player, and he just adds his thing, that touch thing that he's got, he really understands it. He makes sure that's in all his stuff. But saying that, the Peace Hill,
Yeah, I want to
really, really spectacular.
I would like to hear some, because that tube screamer that they did was fantastic.
Awesome.
Really fantastic.
Yeah.
Ed McGregor 1990 says, with preamp pedals, are they meant to be run into the FX return, or is it fine to put them in the front of the amp?
It is fine to put them in the front of the amp, but what you'll find with a lot of them, I'll never forget when I first played the Matchless Hotbox. And, you know, it's overdrive pedal, this big thing, and I plugged it in. The output was so crazy high. And it's like, oh, okay. And I think it was the preamp of a DC-30. And when you know, the EF86 output stage, the signal is just outrageous. And so you couldn't plug that into an amp. It just absolutely could only go into something that could take that amazing amount of signal. But it depends on the pedal itself. So like the Peace Hill is a good example. It's a preamp. If you turn the master down and match it up, you can use it as a pedal. The Kingsley stuff, he'll generally have a switch that says if you want to go into a preamp, an effects loop return, put it in this mode.
Yeah.
If you want to go into the front of the amp, put it in this mode, and it will balance the levels out like that.
Really effective as well.
Super effective.
I use the juggler quite frequently, and the juggler version 3, I'm doing that because I think it's up there, on the back wall there, and use that into front of my two rocks, no worries, but in the overdrive pedal setting.
Yeah.
And then if you want to use it straight into the effects loop return, it is just, by way of small tangent but interesting fact, if you've never seen us do it before, it is the way to turn a Hot Rod Deluxe or a Hot Rod DeVille into an amp that sounds like 3 times the price.
Yep.
By using something like one of those into the effects loop return. It is fantastic upgrade to those amps.
Yep.
I mean, it's expensive, right? But then it's not as expensive as buying a Fuchs or a 2-Rock or a whatever it is you want to buy. Good. Okay. Paul Matulovic. Hey, buddy. Good to hear from you. Paul says, so, in the casting of the TPS production of A Christmas Carol, who are we casting? Mick is clearly Ebenezer. I'm thinking Dan as a Christmas present. Oh, as Christmas present. Yeah, of course. And maybe Thorpe as Christmas future. Who makes the bill? Okay. I did actually play Ebenezer Scrooge.
Did you?
In our school play when I was a kid.
Oh, fabulous.
Bar humbug, are there no workhouses? I think was the first line. I was only 11. Sort of stuck with me. Right, so who's in then? So we've got Ebenezer Scrooge, that's me. We've got Bob Cratchit, who is his ever-suffering guy.
Right.
So that's not really Catherine.
Okay.
Or it kind of is. Because she works so damn hard, thanklessly, often. And then Tiny Tim could be Rosie.
Okay. I'll be Morley, who died.
No, well, Paul's got you down as the ghost of Christmas present.
Oh, okay, the ghost of Christmas present. But isn't he's the big guy with all the fruit, and he only has a day to live. Great, I'm in.
Yeah.
Right.
There's the Christmas past, isn't there? Christmas present and Christmas future.
The ghost of Christmas future is the scary one.
Look what could happen to you.
Who would make?
Oh, this could get really awkward.
Okay. Now I like.
Do you mean Thorpe because of his foreboding?
See,
heft?
I would have put Thorpe as the ghost of Christmas present.
Yeah.
Because if you see the come know me better man, he's a big guy.
Right.
And I would have thought Thorpe would be good at that.
What is Christmas present says? Look at all this fun all these idiots are having. You could have that. Is that his general message?
Yes, but he's also saying, he also goes to Bob Cratchit's house and is like, they've got this tiny little chicken trying to feed 12 people. And he's saying, but Scrooge is like, that's a lovely family and is like, there's so much love here.
Gives him the epiphany.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, goes to his brother's house. And then,
The ghost of Christmas Future is the boss of Fractal. Sorry. It's like, look what might happen. This is what might occur. And I'm like, I don't want that. Buy everyone Tubabs for Christmas.
Very good.
Bar humbug. Yeah. Come on then, give us your suggestions because you'll be less politically sensitive than we're being. Grayson Chisler says, I showed up late. I can assume we're casting Mick as Scrooge. Of course. Danish Pete as Tiny Tim. Says McGregor.
Awesome. Oh, that's great.
Paul Reed Smith for the Ghost of Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, Dumble as the Ghost of Christmas Past, says Andrew R. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Kevin Gassner says, is the deluxe reverb 65 reissue still the best amp in your opinion?
Hard to beat it.
Hard to beat it.
There are amps for specific jobs, but if you're a guitar player who can make a note, you'll have a lot of fun with the deluxe reverb.
Yeah.
It's just such a great sounding amplifier.
I'm really tempted to say a 50-watt Marshall with an effects loop, but it's too much hassle.
Yeah, I would say the deluxe.
Yeah.
It works on so many levels.
AFI says, now what would be terribly funny would be going and finding out who is which Muppet. Now because of their casting in the show. Yeah, so what are you saying? Put Muppets. Which Muppets? So who plays Scrooge? Is it in the Muppet Christmas Carol? Is it Gonzo?
No. Scrooge was what's that? I just wanted to blow the bloody doors off. What's his name?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Caine.
Yeah, he's Scrooge.
Yeah. Scotty LK says, coincidentally, I'm getting a tube amp for Christmas. Much better than a bike. I'd agree.
I would agree. No, I agree.
Tiny Pete says Morley Robinson. Thank you, Paul. HP2 Watch says, hi, everything analog, right? Ever tested a Weber Minimass attenuator with a speaker inside? No, I haven't.
Steve 1990 says Gonzo and Michael Caine often confused.
My brother used to call me Gonzo when I was a kid. It was literally what he called me.
Okay.
Gonzo.
Oh, apparently Gonzo plays Charles Dickens.
And he called me Gonzo because I was obsessed with the Fonz. Fonzie.
Hey.
And
that's funny.
I think I must have liked his leather jacket. What was his name? Henry Winkler.
Yeah. He was great.
And so my brother called me Gonz, obviously.
Have you, speaking of Christmas Carol, there's a wonderful Christmas movie called The Man Who Invented Christmas. Have you seen that? Mm. It's the...
It's like when I asked Dad about Strictly. No.
Oh, that's gold. It's the story of Charles Dickens and how he came up with Christmas Carol. And it's an amazing film.
Didn't God invent Christmas?
Didn't God invent Christmas?
By having Jesus?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that how that happened?
No, Christmas wasn't even a thing. It was
so Charles Dickens invented it.
Well,
sorry, I'm being deliberately obtuse, as always.
Anyway, it's a fabulous Fabulous film.
Okay. Anyway, we haven't tested the Weber Mini Mass attenuator with speaker inside. What does it have? A coil inside or something then?
Jeffrey Ogden says Keelia's Fezziwig. That's great, actually.
Who is Fezziwig?
It was Scrooge's first employer, and they always had a massive party at Christmas.
I like the way you know more about this than healthy for a...
It was Christmas with the kids was such a magic time, and I love A Christmas Carol as a story. I think it's just genius, and all the versions of it. Scrooged with Bill Murray, that is an incredible film. But there's versions of A Christmas Carol which are really great. There's the version that has Patrick
Swayze?
Patrick Stewart, which is very close to the original, which is brilliant. But then also The Man That Invented Christmas is a spectacular film, and it's really full on. Actually, Charles Dickens, as a kid, his dad kept getting into debt and had to go off to a pauper's prison, and Charles Dickens got put into the factory where they had to make glue and all the stuff as a kid.
Wow!
And it goes into all this. It's really, really interesting.
Bad Santa's quite funny.
There you go.
I quite like that. And It's a Wonderful Life is good too.
Oh, yeah. That's
good.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but the Christmas starts in our household, putting up the tree and putting Elf on.
Right.
That's when, all right, it's now Christmas.
We did our tree at the weekend.
Right.
And quite often we just put the Apple Music Christmas hits on and have a glass of something while doing it, which is very nice. But I couldn't face the Christmas music again, all the same songs. Can somebody please write some decent new Christmas songs? So we had carols on instead from King's College. It was very nice.
Lovely.
Very, very nice indeed.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with most of the Christmas songs except for that bloody...
Mariah Carey.
No, I'm fine with that. No, it's
Wizard.
It's the stupid synth thing that comes on.
Paul McCartney
one. It's like,
yeah.
Is that? It's awful. It's awful. How that ever became a hit? Paul McCartney's a genius. In awe of the man. That song is a mistake. It's just wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm trying to think what song it is.
Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Simply.
Yes. It's like, no, I
don't
was having a wonderful Christmas time.
I don't mind that. It's the 17 one I don't like, which isn't really a Christmas song. Stay now.
I don't know that one.
I think it's just a Christmas number one. It's not really Christmassy.
Okay. Yeah, but so was Killing in the Name Of. That was a Christmas number one as well. So yeah. It's all.
You didn't buy what I wanted. I saw the most unbelievable remake of Killing in the Name Of the other day.
With a brass band?
No, and it was I can't remember. That was a letdown. Right. God. The Darkness, yes. Don't Let the Bells End. It is a truly spectacularly good Christmas song.
Yeah, that's great.
White and black Les Paul customs. I think they were on Top of the Pops anyway. Right, come on. Anthony Calderisi. Hey, Anthony. He says, boys, hello from Chicago.
Sweet home.
Vintage Vox amps are pretty rare here in the US. How do you compare vintage Tweed and Brown Fenders in the UK? Much love. Yeah, they're
no more prevalent here.
Somewhat rare here as well. I mean, all old amps, all vintage amps are rare now because, not just because they're rare, but because so many of them have been worked on significantly to the point where trying to find one that's anything like original is very hard.
Yeah. At what point does it stop being original?
So many replaced transformers,
yeah,
etc. I mean, caps and stuff. Sure, you've got to do that on old amps, but hard to hear them. Very hard to hear them. Because I guess the only people that own them now are enthusiasts and people that are into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, vintage Voxes are certainly not common here either. Not least because a lot of them haven't survived, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Paul Matulovic again. Hey, Paul.
Hey, mate.
Just a passing curiosity, stockings. Was Matt put off by having a switcher? It seemed like a lot for a rail switcher for what is presumably a fairly experimental fellow.
No, he loved it. The reason that we went for the QMX10 is because doesn't need to program anything like with a G3. This is his studio board, and he just wants to be able to get amazing sounds and record them. And one thing, by having 10 of those buffers out of the signal path, he was like, it was so clean, it was silent, and he sent me a text just going, he took it home to the studio. He said just being able to dial in tunes so easily, and he just loved it. So, yeah, the idea wasn't about, G3s and stuff that are great when you just need to be able to hit one button and turn on things and turn off things, and that's all brilliant. What Matt was after is something specifically for the studio, just to be as clean as possible. And so, yeah, he's delighted.
A lot of people pointing out maybe one of the reasons the fuzz was before the tuner, wasn't it?
No, the fuzz wasn't. The fuzz was in a loop. The tuner was before that. So
it was getting the buffer then.
It was, but that's what Matt wanted.
Right.
Because he had set up like that beforehand.
Okay.
But I think when we go to the studio to film at his studio, I've got a way that he can have both. So, yeah, I'll do that for him when we go there. See what he thinks.
Simon V RDJ says, chaps, what excellent stuff is happening on Friday?
This Friday? It depends.
I'm having my alloy wheels refurbished.
Oh, okay.
To see if it will finally fix the problem. I've got my car's got alloy wheels, right? Like most cars have nowadays. And I got a crack in one of them, the rear left. And then I had it repaired, and that was it was £200. Then I had it repaired again, that was £100. Then I had it repaired again, and that was £100.
Is it just one that keeps cracking, or they all keep cracking?
Well, so I said to the guy, I know they're done in different places. He said, yeah, what you need is a full refurbish, mate, because what happens is they get corroded in the edges of the rims where they join the tyres, and they redo all of that.
Okay.
So we'll see, but it's blimmin' annoying.
Yeah.
Because the flipping tyre keeps going down. And it's a bit inconvenient, really.
Mm.
And a new wheel for my car's like 1,400 quid, 1,300 quid or something.
It's insane.
So I'm not doing that, but I will have spent that much money on repairs pretty soon. So, yeah, you fancy alloy wheels with low profile tyres? No thanks.
Agreed.
Just cars, man. Do my nut. Mix moans.
I need to get there.
Simon, I thank you. I know what you're talking about. What's coming up on the show on Friday is what you're talking about, Simon. Well,
that's good. Mix moans.
I like it.
Mix moans. Very nice.
There we are. We did the £250 pedalboard challenge a few weeks back, and dear great Irish Aunt Anno Log left us another £250 each. So it is the 500 pedalboard. £500 pedalboard challenge, and you can see what we've done with our extra 250 quid.
Not enough on my end.
Some semi-good sounds, actually. And I'll tell you what's interesting. If you've got a budget for a board, right, you make all these choices. Do you make those choices based on your budget is never going to change? Or do you make those choices going, maybe this isn't absolutely ideal right now?
Yeah.
But in the future,
Yep.
can I build on this to become something more? And we explore that. So yeah, the 500-pound pedalboard challenge. I don't suppose I'm revealing too much to say. I've become obsessed with it, and the lengths that have been gone to in my vlog, you will find surprising.
Yeah. I've got some filling to do.
I got completely obsessed with it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Gargantua is last in today, given that it is 1900 hours here in the UK.
It is. Are we feasting?
Yeah, I haven't sorted anything out yet, but we shall. Gargantua says, D&M, I have a physics question. Physics question. Why does a guitar seem to be a reasonable size until you try and put it in a car? What sorcery is this? Also, if you haven't had that Weller bourbon soon, I will be back unannounced, from Jason. Hey, Jason, how are you? Nice to hear from you, buddy. We haven't. We should maybe... Oh, I tell you what we are planning on the 18th. Is it the 18th? Friday the 18th?
Isn't there not an experience day on that day?
No more experience days this year, my friend.
Well, then the 19th is going to work fine. Because I've got an experience day. There we go.
Yeah, great. Right, on the 19th of December, we are going to do a live show to sort of cap the it's not even the end of the year. Not even the end of the year, is it? It's not the end of the year till the end of December.
No, but
it's you and your Gregorian calendar.
You and your Gregorian calendar. There's a t-shirt.
To cap the year off, we're going to do a live show.
We need to get in a bunch of guests.
Yeah, well,
like
there probably won't be
3 minutes each.
Anyone tremendously available. So
if you're available, let us know.
Yeah.
Friday the 19th.
We're going to do a live show of some kind. So please, whether you join us live or whether you... And by live show, not like this, questions and answers, actually a live show involving guitars and fun and looking back and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, why am I talking about that?
I don't know. Let's give Chris a call.
It's because, that's when we can sample the Weller bourbon.
Oh, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just have a little nifter to get us in the mood. I'm still deciding whether to do a clip show of this year or not. Maybe we will. Because they don't get watched very, very much. But
yeah, the Christmas stuff doesn't... It gets watched for like that week and that's it.
Yeah, no, a clip's an end of year show.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's the same with the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, because the other... I mean, being completely honest about it, it's something that doesn't take very long to put together, that doesn't take a week of editing and shooting, which does give us some time off. And the other option is to just not publish for a week, but seems a bit mean-spirited, doesn't it? Anyway, so nice to hear from you, Jason. And to answer your question, I totally agree. And the answer is because of the case, right?
Yes.
That's why Dan uses guitar cases. I don't. I have gig bags for all of my guitars, even the Gibsons.
But I don't have a gig bag that will fit this.
Right.
That I'm comfortable enough. That
they do break really easily.
Yeah, they do. And the original case for this is fantastic. It's only like it's... It would be... The gig bag would be larger.
Same as original telly cases.
Yeah, right.
Just nice and small. But then once you get into things that have got loads of protection... And all I'll say to you, Jason, take up the bass. It becomes impossible.
Right.
I mean, and I say again, yeah, totally, man, totally. Groovy. All right, everyone, thanks for being with us tonight. It is amazing that you join us. And
yeah, it's really wonderful.
Do a blooper show, says Moon. Honestly, Moon, any bloopers that we make, we keep in.
Yeah.
So there aren't really any bloopers.
We are a bloopers show.
Yeah.
Basically.
And any that can't be broadcast, don't be broadcast.
Yeah.
Buy a station wagon and be happy, says Diaper Baghdad. Yeah, I do have a station wagon, and it's still... Anyway, obviously not a big enough station wagon. Groovy. Okay, everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
BV is communicalizing with me. Is the show on the 19th going to be at 12 midday or at 5 p.m? That's a good question. That's a really good question. It'll probably be midday, I think, BV, because that's when people expect to see the show. But more information on that in due course, because there's quite a lot of production to do to even realise if we can do it or not. Catherine says, did you do the housekeeping? Yes, Bebbers, I've done the housekeeping. Okay. Daniel, it's that time. I mean, maybe we could do it later so that we can catch the Americans. We'll update you on that in due courses. See you Friday. £500 pedalboard challenge. You know it. Rattlesnake!